Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Jonathan and I am back with another video. So I have been kind of ghost for a minute in terms of like YouTube, and I was in a huge reading slump. I was starting books but not finishing them. I was just trying to figure out what direction I was really going in. I kind of had a plan of what I wanted to read, but the book that kind of has taken me out of this, and amongst other books, it's an essay written by James Baldwin. It was written back in the 60s and used as a part of like a photo collection, and so it's been published standalone for the very first time, and that is Nothing Personal by James Baldwin. This was really what I needed in this year 2021. It really has just like inspired me, like in this time of just like, you know, the pandemic, everything that's going on, just, I mean, the constant police brutality and the, you know, even when it seems like we take one step in the right direction with like the Chauvin verdict and different things like that, you know, more young Black kids and adults and just people are dying at the hands of the police. And you know, you got Ma'Khia Bryant and all of these situations where people are just, you know, it gives you a headache. It really does give you a headache. So I've been trying to make sure that I'm very mindful of what I'm reading, but also like allowing my frustrations to choose the books that I'm really engaging in, and you know, making sure that I'm being critical of what I'm reading and, you know, analyzing what I'm reading. And so there's a lot coming, a lot of videos coming, reviews, analysis of what I've been reading, and I'm excited. I'm very excited. But nothing personal has really done it for me. And it has really inspired me to sort of continue to push on and continue to you know, say what I need to say, because James Baldwin never minced words. I feel like Baldwin's writing has always really gone places where others have tried to go and not been very successful, fallen short. And he always says the things that you've been thinking, but that you don't necessarily have the words to explain. And so I think that for a essay published in 1964 to touch on things like celebrities and greed and media, brutality and the lovelessness that exists and is ever present in today's world, better than some of the most acclaimed scholars of today. It really speaks to just Baldwin's genius. It speaks to the power of Baldwin's mind, the power of Baldwin's pen, the way that Baldwin keenly observes the world and pays attention to the actions and movements of people. Baldwin was an observer, and in so much of his work, he talks about just the small little movements of people, the expressions on their faces, their reactions to things, in the streets, in everyday life. And that is one thing that I love about Baldwin's writing. So there's this one particular quote where he says, "Everyone is rushing, God knows where. Everyone is looking for God knows what. But it is clear that no one is happy here and that something has been lost." Over the course of Nothing Personal, Baldwin really highlights the power of human connection, and valuing people and not material. And he talks about this love. He talks about recognizing people and caring for and about people. And he really challenges us to acknowledge and reckon with the past, and also to think beyond the present, and work really in hopes of building a better future. And that's one thing that I look for in writing. And I'll talk about it more in my review of a book that I read and really did not enjoy recently, where it really falls short is that thinking of the future and challenge of just thinking beyond what we feel is realistic, what we feel like is tangible, and really challenging things, and really challenging structures. And I think that even though Baldwin does not always explicitly, even though he necessarily doesn't come out as like this abolitionist in his work, for the most part, you know, he's not like starkly saying, you know, abolish prisons, abolish police. Baldwin is constantly telling us that we need to think beyond, and that we need to really challenge ourselves, and settling for the status quo, and, you know, not reckoning with that past, and also kind of just being stuck in like this this space of just like the present, and like, what is there to do? We need to actually take action. And in terms of this hope for building the future, he always is holding people responsible for the lives of the youth, and holding people responsible for the future of young people. And he specifically says that generations never cease to be born, and we are responsible to them because we are the only witnesses that they have. And so Baldwin calls for us to accept that responsibility and to take action, because we are responsible for young people, and responsible for the lives of those that come after us. And he just calls for us to love humans, and for us to love each other. And you know, Bell Hooks talks about that love ethic, and caring about the growth and well-being of others. And then he says towards the end, he says, one day perhaps unimaginable generations hence will evolve into the knowledge that human beings are more important than real estate, and will permit this knowledge to be the ruling principles of our lives. And so this Nothing Personal gave me hope. It gave me hope that we really will at some point take responsibility, and care about people, and, you know, care really about tearing down all of these things that are standing in the way of people being able to live, and being able to exist, and being able to thrive in the world. And so, you know, Baldwin's writing always feels very, very effervescent to me. His writing is always relevant, and I think that everybody needs to check out Nothing Personal. It's literally like a 40-page essay, and I loved the foreword by Imani Perry. I loved the afterword by Eddie Glaude Jr., and I still need to start Begin Again, which I'm super excited to see how he analyzes Baldwin's work, and the relevance of Baldwin's work in today's world. So definitely go check out Nothing Personal by James Baldwin, and I will see all of you in the next one. Let me know in the comment section, what have you been reading? I definitely haven't been able to check up. What has everybody been reading? What have you been enjoying? What do you plan on reading? And have you picked up Nothing Personal? If not, go check it out. And I will see all of you back here in the next one. And always remember that you are loved.